Hello everybody, this is Toyzaros, and for this new figure unboxing and review, we're going to be looking at the Transformers Legacy United Deluxe Class Chase figure. Now, I've just very quickly set him free from that part to speed the video up, but in this video we are going to set him free from the packaging, have a look at the entire contents on there. We're going to have a look at him in both of his modes to help you decide how you want to display him. Now, usually I say by look, I've got the original, but I suppose this is by pure fluke. I do have the original, so we can in fact, of course, do a comparison with that. We can also see how his other updated rescue bot figure looks, as well as bringing in some of the figures from the same toy line and indeed other toy lines, just to give you an idea of his size. So as you can see, loads to get through with this video. So as I start to move all these away, I'd like to thank In Demand Stores in the UK where I got this from, and as you can see, they got him to me quickly and safely. So yeah, this is another one of the deluxe figures from the new toy line known as United, which is of course the third wave of Legacy. Right, the packaging as always is beautiful. I've got no issue at all with the windowless boxes because he is in robot. We've got the alternate mode there. We've got the full, I suppose, artwork of the robot there, and indeed the bust at the top. Now, the transformation, you can see, is going to take 18 steps. I'm going to be uploading that separately, and we've got one half there of the Legacy artwork. Is that, yep, luckily enough that was there, so that's what the posted together looks like. Now the good thing is we've already got an idea of what most of these are as well, which I think is great. So as I said, I've already started to open this just to speed things up. I'd also like to remind anybody who's not subscribed to the channel, if you'd like to hit that subscribe button for me now, please, because it really will help me out. So it comes packaged like that. He comes obviously attached to the backing card. We've got the instructions, and indeed we've got his accessories all tucked away in here. So I'm liking the way that they do this. I love the little Autobots paper. I'm just wondering, I think the only ones I've ever opened have had this, but I'm thinking, is that because all the only ones I've opened are Autobots? What I'm trying to say is there this paper, is there tissue paper with Decepticon logos on? I don't know. I think I first noticed these on the Jurassic Park crossover when it was wrapped like this, but it seems to be industry standard now. Right, so what have we got? Oh, we've got his Energon claw, and we've got the two, I suppose, blaster stroke siren-y parts. Well, right, let's go straight into first impressions anyway, because this should flow easier, he says, because I have set him free, even though it's not flowing as freely as I still wanted it to. Right, figure itself, I mean, look at that head sculpt. That's fantastic. It looks great. You got the sheriff's badge right in the middle. It looks like it's on a ball joint or a mushroom peg, whatever, so it will go all the way around. It will go up and down. The arms, oh, they're a bit restricted, actually. They are restricted. You can't do the full T, and they're a bit restricted by this kibble at the back. Yeah, it moves that way, it doesn't move back, so you can't, if you negotiate it, you can just about miss it, but it does get in the way. You've got a swivel at the top of the bicep, we're more like a shoulder. You've got a bicep flexion, and then we've got wrist sort of movement. Yeah, that moves there. There is a waist swivel. The legs will kick all the way out to the side and all the way to the, in fact, even higher than the front. That's a really high kick. Not so far on the back, because again, it's restricted by this here. However, from the back, as you can see, very, very minimal holes, minimal gaps, nothing really, to be honest. That doesn't look like it's too, you know, going in too far. It doesn't look like a massive gap at all, to be fair to it. There is a knee bend, there is a tilt, and I suppose there is your rock as well. So yes, very, very articulate, looks really good. I think these will go on the side of the arms. Let's have a quick look. In fact, no, I'll do this in the last part. This also looks like it's going to double up as a claw, which looks great. But as far as first impressions go, I think you'll, in fact, let's just have a look. I don't mind either the translucent plastic, even though I've had some bad luck with them in the past, as in some of them have snapped, but with this it looks okay. I think the yellow, it complements the headlights really well. So I think, I'm saying I think it looks good, to be honest. I think it works really, really well, to be honest. Right, that's enough for first impressions. Let's have a look at him in his alternate mode. Okay, then we are back in the alternate mode, and it looks really, really nice. You probably already noticed the transformation upload, And yeah, for that reason, as I say, the reason why I'm saying it is it's quite an original, well, it's obviously a new mold, but it is a very sort of original take on a transformation. Everything tucks away really quite neat. It can be a bit difficult. You might have to be a bit forceful with these, but otherwise it's not too bad. Now, I don't know whether this was there already, but it does look like there's a tiny bit of plastic been sort of knocked off there, or a stress mark. I don't think it was myself, but I just wanted to in fact point that out to you. Now, in the alternate mode, each wheel, they're on, like you can see, I suppose they're just clipped in via them tabs, which does restrict a teeny bit of the movement, but it's not too bad. You can't take the light bar off, it's completely fused into it. And also the wrist movement that we had in the other part is nothing to do with transformation, so there is a genuine that movement for the wrist. Why it's there, I couldn't exactly tell you. Right, before we, in fact, no, let's bring in the other parts first and foremost. So it looks like the red attaches onto this side, and it looks like the blue attaches onto this side. Now, they are looking to me like they are going to be blast. Yes, there they are straight away. No issues with that. That's just gone and fit perfectly. And so they are blast effect compatible. In fact, I think I remember Mark Lonis putting a few blast effects in these in some of the pictures he did for it. So yes, we can pop them into there. We've also got this claw. So it looks like we can make it exactly like this, like a claw. Pop it in, and that should go. Is it that way? It looks like it goes that way on the roof. Or I wonder, because these are 5mm ports, you could either perhaps put them in the door, or do they fit in there as well? There you go. You can, wow, that looks even better. So yeah, you can attach these in there, and you can still have this. If you turned it that way, I think that still looks like it's, you know, firing, or can be a rocket launcher. Or of course you could just turn it this way, and once again you could put the blast effects in and make it look like perhaps it's shooting off. Doesn't look too bad. Yes, I did do some little sound effects then, but yeah, I think that's quite cool, to be fair. I love things like this. That's, to be honest, one of the reasons why I like the original owner of this mold, the Skids mold, because I like the fact, oh, his waist's just gone in. They're toys, and you can play around with him. You can do a few different things. I haven't got him in his alternate mode, but again, look at the abundance of accessories that came with him. What I do have in the alternate mode ready, though, is the original. So this is the original chase from Rescue Bots. You can see there's the side cannons, blasters, whatever they are. That's a brilliant, if I take these out, it's a brilliant little homage to that, to be honest. Let's see if I can get this. In fact, what I'll have to do, and just, I suppose, just to see if what I was saying was true. I can't see any reason why you wouldn't be able to, but yeah, of course you can. You can put them there on the side. You could also pop them there. What I've noticed, and it's really obvious because you can see it running for new, is there's loads more 5mm ports with this. With the armorizers, there's not really any, and you'd think that because with this figure you can, you know, power everything up, attach other things, you'd think there'd be loads of 5mm ports, but there's not. Whereas on him you've got three either side, 1, 2, 3, and one on the back. So that's a brilliant addition to these. With regards to some other size figures, it's just a little bit bigger than a Battle Charger from G1. What else have we got? There's another, that's the really long deluxe figure. That's really long, obviously. What else have we got? Just, I suppose, show you a Generation 1 mini bot, just to give you an idea. Haven't got many third-party figures, in honesty, in alternate modes. I've got, I'm sure I saw a Grimlock somewhere. Did I? Not too sure. I'll come back to that oh yeah, no, I've got an Iron Factory. I haven't. It's a Doctor Wu take on Triptychon. Right, to be honest, there isn't really much more to say about this. It does display really well in the alternate mode, which you don't normally get with many figures. I think obviously a lot of the figures are indeed made for robot modes. I've just found that. There you go, that's a new age take on a GoBot colour of Sea Spray. That is definitely all I've got to say about the alternate mode. It is cool. You can do lots of things with it. The accessories are multifunctional, and that is exactly what you want in a toy. We're going to come back for the final time with him in his robot mode. So back for the final time in the robot mode, and let's see what we can do with his accessories in this particular mode. Now, we've already seen in the alternate mode that I've attached these, and of course, because you could do this whilst it was in the alternate mode, there's of course no reason why you couldn't do this as well. So also as well, this is definitely just articulation. It's not for the transformation process. I just want to reiterate that. It's just, again, so you can perhaps move it around, display a little bit different. This can then be turned around. This can also, as I say, be used as a standalone blaster. You probably want to turn it around by the looks of this, so it looks again like it's a twin firing, twin blasting, whatever you want to call it, whatever you want to do. I wonder if you can take the actual, yeah, you could take these bits out, but it wouldn't be the same. Or because you've got a hole on the top, you could perhaps do something like this. See what I mean? This is exactly what I mean about multifunctional playing toys, where I'm just going totally off the cuff here now, attaching loads of different things, and it's working, and it is working. And again, my imagination isn't the greatest. Some of the people are, well, but it's not as creative, shall we say. I've got a good imagination, but some of the people are far more creative than myself, and I can really imagine them doing loads of things, like again with the armorizer, maybe coming over here over the back like you could with the old fossilizers, etc. But let's just build this up as its Energon claw, which funnily enough I've just had a complete flashback now from watching it with my son and how they used to use this. So we can pop that there, or we can of course take this out, pop that in there, and then attach this. Can we? I'm saying we can. I'm hoping we can. Yes, we can. That does work as well. And once again, you've still got a 5mm port here and here. So where's my trusty drag strip guns? If you wanted to, I'm going to bring medics in a second. So yeah, you can completely power this guy up with, again, any 5mm port compatible weapon or accessory. Right, there is medics. That is the other rescue bot we have so far. There has been others listed to come in the future, so excited for that. Let's just bring him quickly out of the way. Where is the original one? Aha, here it is. Now of course the original one was heavy gimmick. It was just a gimmick. It was just that's the original chase. But even then, you see, you had the 5mm holes, so you could, in fact, if you wanted to, you could put normal, I say normal, mainline figures, accessories in with these. Now funnily enough, I wonder if we'll see this, there is another chase figure. In fact, there's probably 3 or 4 chase figures that have been released during the Rescue Bots timeline. This one is a, watch me not be able to transform it now, this one is a dinosaur chase. So whether or not they might go completely crazy, I mean, who says they won't? We've already got mainline Rescue Bots as main figures. I wonder if they'll do the dinosaur converting versions of them as well. But there we go. There is 3 chase figures together. Move that out of the way. So I'm going to bring in, I'm going to take that off there. I'm going to bring in some other figures from the same toy line. We've got Voyager class animated prime. Oh, knocking everything over. There is Windblade. My core class figures I can hardly reach. There we go. What else have I got here? Just about not many more. Oh yeah, I've got a leader class figure behind. That's pretty much all I'm going to show you for mainline, just to give you an idea of mainline figures. So if you don't collect mainline figures, these, again, I have to reiterate, they're not intended to scale. This is just to give you an idea of how big this particular figure is. So let's do generation 1. So we'll do a couple of original figures first. Nowhere near as big as a standard prime, but obviously a lot bigger than a Bumblebee. And here we go for some third party. So we've got Iron Factory, New Age, and Magic Square. So you normally find that deluxe figures are quite a bit bigger than your legend scale figures. And there you go. To be honest, I think that's pretty much all there is to show you about it. It's a fun figure. It's a really, I don't want to say strange, nostalgic is probably the word again. It's a real nostalgic thing to see a completely updated and advanced Rescue Bot figure. But again, I think they've hit the nail on the head. 15 years or so Rescue Bots has been out. You know, that's it. You're tapping into the early 20-year-olds now, and this is going to bring back great memories for people, exactly as every time I see one of these, it does for me. So there you go, guys. Not much more to say about this guy. He's a lot of fun. The accessories you can do multiple things with, and of course, look, he displays really well. Let me know what you think in the comments. Take care.